Welcome back, guys. I'm Instructor Max, and we are back with part two of the selling options video. In the last one, I hope you guys watched it. Make sure to watch that before you watch this, or you won't know anything that's going on. I covered selling covered calls, selling calls, and I'm going to talk to you now about selling puts. So, just to clarify something that I should have covered in the last video, when you sell an option, I am not talking about after buying it. So, of course, when you buy an option, you're going to sell it. But this is different. When you sell an option without owning that option, you are basically, if you think about it numerically, when you buy an option, you currently have zero options. You buy one, you have plus one option, right? Then you sell it, you have zero options. But when you sell an option, you go from zero options owned to negative one options owned because you have negative one options. You have an option out of your control in someone else's hands. So if you have sold an option and your trade is going against you or you're getting scared, you think maybe you might lose a lot of money. All you have to do to get out of that position is to buy an option back from somebody else because that brings your negative one options to zero. You are completely out, you're even, you have no positions. So in terms of the topic of this video, cash covered puts, you can sell a cash covered put, which we have done recently on the Robinhood stock, which actually was a very huge mistake. As you can see, Robinhood was trading around $20. And I said, you know what? I don't think Robinhood is going to go much lower. As you can see, I was very wrong. Um, but I was thinking, huh, you know what? I want to own some shares of Robinhood, but I don't want to pay $20. Maybe I'll pay $15. So I go up to the options chain. I say, okay, here I am. This was a while ago, but theoretically, let's say it's for this Friday. I say, okay, a put for $15 Robinhood is currently trading at $1.48. So someone will pay me $1.48 to sell me their shares at $15 because they want to buy the option from me. So when someone buys the option from you, you collect the option price, the premium. So you know what? I say yes, execute. So I write up an option by selling the put, saying that I am willing to buy 100 shares of Robinhood at $15 if you're willing to give me $140 right now as insurance for me. So I collect my $140 and I say, okay, this person's an idiot because Robinhood's at $20 right now. There's no way it goes below 15. And guess what, guys? If it stays above 15 before the option expires, then you have no obligations. You just take home the premium, that $140 that you collected, and you're happy. You have your 140 and you have no obligations. But let's say Robinhood goes to $14 like it did around here. If it's at $14 when my option expires, I have to buy those shares for $15. So I buy the 100 shares for $15, which costs, do the math, 15 times 100, which is $1,500. That's an important thing to know. When you are selling options, you have to have the collateral. On the call side, it's the shares or the capital that can buy that same amount of shares. But on the put side, it's the capital that can buy, I'm sorry, it's the capital that can buy those shares because it's $15, it's 100 shares. I have to have $1,500 in my account that is able to buy those shares if I get assigned to buy. So when Robinhood hits $14, I have to buy it for $15 a share. And now I'm like, dang, I paid $15 and it's at $14 right now. So I paid 1,500 and currently that stock is worth 1,400. But the caveat is, oh, I collected $148 of premium. So you have to adjust your cost basis by saying, okay, I paid 1,500. It's currently worth 1,400. But here's the awesome thing. I collected $140 of premium. So I have to add that to my cost basis. I actually only paid 1,500 minus 140, which is 1360. So as long as Robinhood stays above 1360, I am actually net positive on this trade. So this strategy, as you can see, is very beneficial if you want to own a stock for very cheap. If you think that a stock might go down more, but you're afraid of actually just buying it outright, you can continue to sell puts until the stock goes down enough for you to get assigned. And it's just great because you collect the premium and you pay less than you would otherwise. Um, but here's one big issue. Let's say I sell a put and I say, okay, let's say I was a guy, here's Robinhood. So it's a very recently IPO'd stock. And here's the IPO. It IPO'd around $40. And within a week, it was at $85. Let's say I thought there's no way Robinhood goes below $80, and I sell you a put for $80, costing me $8,000 in collateral. Maybe I'd collect $500, something like that, especially when the stock is more expensive. You're going to get a lot more premium. But I sell somebody a put for $80 thinking, yeah, I'll buy this stock for $80. But then boom, it goes way below 80, all the way down, first to 50, and then eventually 10 to 13 to $15. But now I have to buy this stock for 80. Now I've bought the stock for 80. The stock is like $15 now. I'm down a lot of money. So this just shows how risky anything could be, even selling options. Um, so yeah, just be careful with that. Definitely play and trade with stocks that will not make extreme moves because that can really bite you in the butt. And that's just a little lesson to learn. So hopefully you have a better understanding of selling puts and selling calls. These are great to use in a portfolio that you don't want to risk as much in. So many people have small amounts of money that they'll play with, they'll buy options with. But if you're seriously about capital maintenance and slow growth of your assets, then I would definitely look into the selling options territory. And in the next video, I'm going to show you a genius strategy called the wheel. And this is what a lot of people use to make passive income. They utilize the Greek called theta, which you learned about a little while ago, the options Greek called theta to do all the work for them, and they make money selling calls, selling puts, and owning stock. So catch that video. It's going to be a banger. It's going to be very educational. Make sure you catch it because it makes a lot of money and it is very low risk and it is awesome. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. See you guys later. Catch ya later.